Hey y'all, first of all, please excuse my voice. This is editing Corey from weeks in the future of when this vlog was filmed. I just felt like it needed a little narration or something, a little something. I did not do this vlog like I normally would at the time. Similar to why my voice is like it is right now, I was doing too much, doing the most. And on this particular day, I came straight from the airport, off the plane from the airport to this panel event where I spoke amongst other creative professionals. It was a really dope event, and I had my mom come out, and she is actually the one that is vlogging this. I'm just in it. So shout out to my mom, and keep that in mind when you're watching this footage. She was vlogging. Take with that what you will. But I just wanted to introduce that. Let's get right into it. First of all, I landed at like 4 something, and I didn't get home till 5 o'clock. I had to be here at 6:15. It's 6:38 right now. I'm here, but I'm trying to park. Y'all know I'm anxious right now, but I did what I could. I don't know what to tell you. I did what I could. I left my house at 6:05, but the parking, like what? What?
Yeah, so it's recording. How do I stop it from recording? Stop. We're recording it.
Now I just fell in love. Now I just quit my job. I'm gonna find no drive. Damn, they work me so damn hard. Work by 9, then I'll pass 5. And they work my nerves. That's why I cannot sleep at night. Motivation. Looking for a new foundation, yeah. And I'm on a new vibration.
Anissa is a media personality. We have Miles Lee. We have Alicia Lewis. She is a journalist. And we have Corey. She is a digital creator. Y'all know this. Y'all be seeing her reels. Her reels is amazing. Scared?
Well, I was definitely scared. I'll say that. My mom, who that will attest to this, she yells at me anytime I tell her how much I'm charging about anything and tells me to raise the price.
That's
but
right.
My answer does slightly differ, because when people ask me that, I often do say, like, of course, do the research. You have peers, you have people that you can ask about how much they're charging, but I always say, charge what you think you're worth and whatever you want to charge. No one else can tell you what the value of your work is. And so, on that note, like, yes, you do need to pay attention to who else is in your industry and how much like more advanced they are than you and all those things. But at the end of the day, like, you have to decide that for yourself. I often also say that you'll learn that your price is correct when, if you did the work and you look back and you're like, that was a waste of my time, then you need to charge more.
All right, Corey. So I have a quick question for you. What are the perks and the cons of working for yourself? Like, do you think it's best to start off like working for an agency or working for a corporate? Or do you just put yourself out there and just say, hey, like, I'm doing this, I'm on my dog?
So I will also give some background. I was introduced as a digital creator. I know, like, most of the room are digital creators. It's very vague. You're probably like, what does she do? I'm actually an art director and graphic designer. Those are my career titles. And I just recently, I was working full-time as an art director at a creative agency based in Brooklyn. And sometime in February, I transitioned into full-time entrepreneurship. And so, to answer the question, I'm very new in the game of working for myself. But for the first part of that question, I'll say, it's a perk and a con. Having your own schedule and the freedom is like a gift and a curse. If you are disciplined and can do it, it's the best thing in the world. If not, then you're sleeping every day till 6. I've done it quite a few times since I transitioned, so it is what it is. But always that bounce back, being able to have those days where you're like, you know what, I need a self-care day. I don't feel like working today. As long as you can manage it, then I think those are both my pros. That's my pro and my con, definitely number one. And the second part of the question, starting from agency.
Yeah, so like, would you rather start off from corporate, or do you think it's a good idea to work for corporate and kind of get your feet wet there, or just kind of just jump out and do your own thing?
So obviously I'm a little biased. I think it is, depending on how you look at it, of course, I think it is a blessing and a privilege to be able to work somewhere. I think that being able to do that while you work on whatever your side hustle is until it becomes your main gig, that's like the best thing in the world. You have something to fund your passion. You have kind of like a blueprint. So while you're working I was at an agency and I hope to create an agency in the future. And so I'm able to look at the blueprint of what I was working in and kind of apply it or not apply it if it didn't work to what my agency would be. My agency was also a workers owned co-op, and so I was a co-owner at the agency, and so I was able to look at the finances and learn, like look at what our NDAs are broken down into and kind of the ins and outs. So I do think it is extremely beneficial to put yourself in a position to learn before you do. In that same breath, I'm not mad if you don't. So, you know, but I definitely think it's a blessing to be able to have that experience.
That is so true. So the good thing about kind of like working for someone before you get yourself out there is you can look and say like, oh, I would do that. Or why were they doing that? And you know what? It don't gotta be on your own dime. It don't have to be on your own money. You watching people make mistakes or you're watching people do things and you're like, actually, that was a fire idea and it's on their money. So when you jump out there, it's on your money. How do you feel about replicating art or using inspiration from other creators?
Replicating, no. Inspiration, yes. And inspiration is such a messy idea. I think no idea is truly original. Your ideas come from like a bunch of experiences that you've had, things that you've seen in passing, and there's no way to say that I thought of how many times, I know y'all done this, you see a commercial for something, you're like, I thought of that, or I definitely invented that, but someone else did. But I don't think anything's truly original, and so I am a fan of getting inspiration from people. However, you get into a space of it's the right thing to do to acknowledge where you got your inspiration from and to give credit where credit is due. And also, if you do get inspiration, you have to make it your own as much as possible. There is, I forget what the actual idea is, but the thought of taking inspiration from somewhere, and there's a phase of you taking that inspiration and pushing it as far as it can go, and another phase of pushing that even farther. By the time you get to the end, your end product looks nothing like whatever you got inspired by, but it's still your inspiration.
What are some tips you can share to make sure that you're being seen in your industry?
That's a good question. Y'all might hate my answer. I don't pay attention to none of that. I think that your time will come, but I think if you're too focused on being seen in your industry, of course you want to be seen, of course. But that comes with consistency and all that other cliche stuff that people tell you to do. That's going to come, it's natural. If you're too focused on being seen, you will easily get burned out. You'll start creating whatever it is, you'll start creating for others and not what you actually wanted to create. I've done that plenty of times. Especially now that we're in the creator economy, everyone's trying to get money on Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff, and you're chasing the number, right? So if I make this one thing, I made this one piece of art and I showed it on TikTok and it went viral, I'm gonna keep trying to recreate that same piece of art. It doesn't work like that. You have to focus on what it is you truly want to make, what makes you happy. Again, if you have a personal issue or problem or question that you're trying to answer, focus on that versus focusing on what is gonna make you popular.
Yo, I feel like I'm being overlooked. I'm grinding, I'm hustling it out, day in and day out. But you feel like either the people around you or the people that you were trying to get plugged into were overlooking you.
Yes, I have. I actually wrote about this in a caption recently, and I was mentioning how I used to really I used to want, my whole goal in life was to be on somebody's 30 to 30 or 25 to 25, whatever. I wanted that recognition so bad. I am, anybody recording, I'm 29. Don't let that leave this room. I'm 29 now, so that 30 to 30 was that shit sailed. When I turned 29, I was like, damn. But I also didn't feel too bad, but I did acknowledge that I didn't get that. But it doesn't matter, and the conclusion I came up with is that no matter what, you're in somebody's top 5 right now. Years ago, someone was looking up to me before I even knew that, before I knew anything, someone was looking up to me. So there's the grand recognition or you being on those lists and all those things are kind of not as important as building a community that is right next to you. Your peers, people that are right above you, right below you, that's more important than anything. And if you acknowledge that and think about that, then you're not feeling unseen. We were very intentional about, we did a lot of event production and things like that, so we were very intentional about
who was hired for every little thing. So if I'm making t-shirts, I'm not trying to get them printed down the block or online. I want to go to, I know, a black-owned independent t-shirt printing company, things like that. If I have an event that needs catering, I'm looking for the catering business that has an all-black staff. They're probably, maybe they are all formerly incarcerated, like little things like that you're intentional about. I think it's super important, and to just have the mindset to think about those things in every step that you do. Even if I'm not working on my agency, just everything else in life, that's just what I like to do.
You know, my therapist told me, she said, if you live in the past, that means you're more likely to be depressed. And if you live in the future, you're more likely to be anxious. So just taking time to focus on being present, like the comparison and all of that, like just being present and understanding like what's meant for you is going to be for you. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, it may not be in 2 years. But focus on what you have going on now, and I promise you, when you focus on what you're grateful for, then you get so wrapped up in that, you don't care what's going on. You don't care if it happened in the past, and you damn sure don't care if it's going to happen in the future. So just focus on that.
Yeah, and detach from social media sometimes. I mean, take a week off, week or two, you know, like just take a break. Get with yourself and just, you know, meditate and be thankful for what you have for right now.
Okay, so like the business that we're in, it's like you kind of feel like you always have to be marketing yourself on social media. So like, how do you get comfortable with taking that break, knowing like your business runs on social media? How?
I just cut it off. I don't really like, it's a combination of things. So one, I will say, is what you mentioned earlier about being able to take less clients because you charge a certain amount. And so now your marketing is now rolled back because you're not scrambling, like, who's next? Like, I need to get my next check. That's a part of it. There's also just the part of me that's like not, you can't rely, your only marketing tactic cannot be on social media. That's basically it. You cannot live and exist only on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, because you will get burned out. And I don't know about everyone else here, but I have one single Instagram account. Everybody is there. My clients, my friends, my cousins, my mom, my dog, everybody's on that one Instagram account. And so it's like, there is no escape, there is no cutting off one half of me to only focus on the business part. It's all there. And so, yeah, I kind of just cut it off, but I'm able to do that because not everything exists there.
The link up is real. Like, y'all are really crushing it. Y'all are really killing it. And you know what? Shout out to y'all for real. Like, I really appreciate y'all, and I appreciate everybody that's sitting on here and that gave me that yes. I appreciate y'all. So get some contacts, get some networking going on, take some photos. Like, tomorrow is not promised. If you heard somebody and you're interested in hearing what they have going on, please reach out to them. Don't be scared. Cause ain't nobody on this panel gonna bite, and ain't nobody in this audience gonna bite. And if they do, let me know. Please. Thank you guys.
You was just recording anything.
No, I'm pretty sure I was in the frame.
I don't know.
I could catch all of that.
Do we need light?
Oh. Oh
One
no,
light.
wait.
One light was good.
My head is no.
Is that better?
No.
But which one is it? What do you want? What do you want from me?
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Anyway, you were getting the content.
No, I was getting the content. The content was going to get got. But no, seriously.
I know it did, because you came like your battery's dying. I was like, you got a lot of stuff.
I didn't know, because I wanted to get like the sign and then the people, the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I was just trying to.
That's good, because I didn't know what you were recording, but I didn't get anything when I first got there, because you know, I was by myself.
Yeah. How long were you there?
I got there I was supposed to be there at 6:15. I got there at 6:45.
Lord. No, but it was nice to see people, and it was nice to kind of be recognized, even though I always look like on your channel. So I feel like I have my say. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm fly.
Oh.
But every time you shoot on your thing, my hair is always in a scarf or, you know, in
Mommy, my
braids.
point is, you know when I'm coming over, and you know this camera gonna be on. So find a system. Find a system. Put a wig on.
I gotta go. Let me see. Oh, that's my car?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I gotta go.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye. Bye, mommy.
Bye.
We as a community are not caring enough, okay? Because why? I went to go pick up my food because it was delivered. The desk is clear, it's clean, empty, and I went behind it, so I know the concierge ain't steal my food. Cassandra, count your days, bro. I will not rest until you feel my wrath. My mom actually did a great job getting all that footage, so thank you, mommy. Some of you may be wondering, like I was, why we won't get any responses from the other panelists, and you'd have to ask my mom yourself. However, I think if you do ask her, she would probably say that those are not her kids, and so she don't give a damn. It is what it is. I don't know what to tell you, but everyone was great. It was great meeting all of them. I really enjoyed it, and I also just want to talk about, like, overall, I'm really proud of myself for even participating in that event. I never, like a couple years ago, if you asked me if I would do something like that, I probably would have said no. And if you asked me if I thought I'd be doing that, I probably would have said hell no. And so this, like, you know, I'm being transparent with y'all. Y'all know I have not been in this realm for very long. Like, obviously I've been doing what I do professionally for a long time, but as far as like this internet stuff, I haven't been doing it for very long. And showing up in spaces as like someone who is trusted and respected and like what I have to say is valued, I have not been in a position to receive those offers or accept them literally just a year and a half ago. And so through all of this, I'm seeing myself grow through a lot. I'm seeing a lot of growth and maturity happen, and it's weird. Even this YouTube channel, for example, I previously would not have, like, and I used to vlog and stuff like that previously. Maybe one day I'll re-upload one of my old vlogs so y'all could see how different I was. But it's just out of my comfort zone. I'm shocked that I just started this year, or like late last year. I'm shocked that I've been able to be consistent and keep going, and I'm seeing myself get more comfortable with speaking. Like, I'm literally talking to a camera right now. Nobody's here. It's just me and my dog and you. It almost feels like y'all are right here. At this point in time, I feel like y'all are here. So it's just amazing to see. It's interesting. I hope I could look back on this like a year from now, even 6 months from now, and be like, you grew a lot. I did say this year I wanted to do more like speaking engagements, or like just more, you know, putting myself out there. And so this opportunity came to me, and I didn't think twice about it. This is what I asked for, so this is what I'm going to do. And I am beyond proud of myself for doing that. I feel like that about any opportunity that I get this year, big or small. I'm just really proud of myself for acknowledging when they're the right opportunity for me, and when they're going to be beneficial for me and help me grow and become into the person that I see myself being. And so, you know, I hate to preach to you right now, but that's how I'm feeling after that. Hopefully this vlog was some kind of beneficial. I'm sure I probably didn't say anything on that panel that y'all have not heard me say before, but I hope that there was something that you took from it, or just the fact that I was even participating in that and you coming along this journey with me. I hope this is like some kind of beneficial to you in some way. And I was so happy to meet quite a few of you, both at that panel event and just in general in the past couple weeks. I've met so many, or past few weeks, I met so many of y'all. So I think that's so dope. I love the support. I appreciate you all always give me my flowers when you see me, and I love that. I thank you so much. I'm very grateful. And so, as usual, thank you for your support, and thank you for watching. Leave me a comment, let's talk, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.